Imagine checking into a hotel after a long flight, expecting nothing more than a warm bed and a quiet night. But in room 2805, something went terribly wrong. A woman checked in, alone, and the next morning, no one knew her name. No ID, no luggage, no record. What authorities found inside that hotel room would baffle investigators for months and eventually the world. It was a rainy evening in early November. The Grand Metropolitan Hotel, a five-star building in the heart of the city, was nearly full, with business travelers and tourists alike. Around 11:30 p.m., a woman in her late 20s arrived at the front desk. She was tall, with dark hair pulled into a tight bun, wearing a beige trench coat. She asked for room 2805, and she paid cash, no credit card, no ID. The receptionist, slightly confused, asked, "Do you have a reservation?" She shook her head, smiled faintly, and said, "No, but I'll be staying for one night." The desk clerk thought nothing of it. Cash-paying guests weren't unusual. She was polite, quiet, and didn't draw attention, exactly the type of guest hotels liked. Security cameras caught her entering the elevator, pressing the button for the 28th floor. She arrived at room 2805 at exactly 11:47 p.m. and was never seen leaving that floor, at least not in the hotel's official footage. The next morning, a housekeeping employee knocked on room 2805 around 9 a.m. No response. After several attempts, they reported it to hotel security. When the door was opened with a master key, the scene inside was unsettling. The woman was found lying on the bed, fully dressed, staring at the ceiling. There was no sign of struggle, no forced entry. But her wallet and personal belongings were missing, except for a small handwritten notebook on the bedside table. Security called the police. Detectives arrived quickly. Attempts to identify the woman using fingerprints and facial recognition returned no results. No missing persons reports matched her. The notebook contained only cryptic notes, random dates, times, and sequences of numbers, almost like codes. Nothing indicated her real identity, occupation, or origin. Detectives were puzzled. Hotel staff swore she didn't interact much with anyone. CCTV showed her walking alone, carrying only a small handbag. Neighbors on the 28th floor said they never heard any sounds that night. They combed through phone records. Nothing. Her phone? Not found. Her ID? Not found. Authorities turned to forensic analysis. Hair samples revealed she was likely from Eastern Europe. Fingerprints. Clean, no criminal record anywhere in the world database. Her cause of death? Not immediately clear. Preliminary autopsy showed no signs of trauma or poisoning, but toxicology tests would take weeks. The hotel room itself became a crime scene. No fingerprints besides hers and the housekeeping staff. No surveillance footage after she entered the elevator. The notebook contained a series of numbers and letters that no one could decode. At this point, the case was officially classified as a mysterious death of an unidentified person, one of the few of its kind in the city's history. Once the story leaked, national news outlets began reporting. Headlines read, "Mystery Woman Found Dead in Luxury Hotel. Who was she?" Police, baffled by cryptic clues, public curiosity exploded. People started combing social media for theories. Spy, witness protection, cult member. Some journalists speculated that the cryptic notebook contained coordinates or secret codes. Amateur cryptographers tried to decode it online, but none succeeded. Authorities refused to release details beyond the basics. This fueled further speculation. The more authorities said, the more people became obsessed. The cryptic notebook became the focal point of the investigation. It contained entries like 2345 minus 14/10, alpha 1207 minus 1911, beta 333 minus 5/12. Sigma experts believed it could be a personal log, a set of instructions, or even spy-related information. Some noted that the times and letters corresponded suspiciously with hotel security camera schedules. Theories emerged. She was a secret agent tracking someone in the city. She was a messenger for a criminal organization. Or she was simply mentally ill, leaving a diary in code she alone could understand. Despite these theories, nothing concrete emerged. The notebook was sent to multiple cryptography experts, but it remained undecoded for months. With no ID, no fingerprints, and a seemingly random notebook, conspiracy theories ran wild. 1. Corporate espionage theory. Some suggested she was spying on a rival company. Perhaps she was sent to observe someone in the hotel. 2. Witness protection theory. Another theory proposed she was a witness hiding from dangerous criminals. Cash payments, anonymity, and cryptic notes all fit this theory. 3. Psychological breakdown. Some psychiatrists argued that she could have been suffering from extreme dissociative disorder, perhaps writing codes only she understood. 4. Cult connection. There were whispers that she might have been part of a cult, where anonymity and coded communication were part of rituals. Despite exhaustive investigation, none of these theories could be confirmed. Months passed. Forensic teams revisited hair, skin, and trace evidence. They cross-checked hundreds of missing persons reports globally. A small breakthrough came when a fingerprint partially matched a report in Eastern Europe, but it was inconclusive. No family came forward. No one claimed her as missing. Meanwhile, local hotel staff recalled seeing a strange man outside the building that night, but his identity remained unknown. CCTV footage from surrounding streets showed him watching the hotel from a distance, but authorities could not identify him. The woman's death was officially ruled undetermined. A rare and chilling classification for someone in such a public space. Years later, the case still makes occasional headlines. True crime podcasts, YouTube channels, and investigative journalists have tried to reconstruct her last hours. Some modern investigators claim that room 2805 was part of a series of mysterious deaths in that hotel over decades, patterns too strange to ignore. They highlight multiple unidentified guests found dead under unusual circumstances. Common threads, cryptic notes, cash payments, and no personal ID. Security footage, inconsistencies. Others remain skeptical. They argued that the woman's anonymity could be explained by travel documents, temporary housing, or mental health issues, and that patterns are coincidence. Regardless, the mystery endures, attracting amateur detectives, journalists, and conspiracy theorists alike. Recently, the hotel archives were digitized. Among old staff logs, one entry stood out. November 5, 2007, room 2805. Guest checked in, cash payment, no ID, requested total silence. No luggage recorded. This suggested a pattern and sparked renewed investigation into historical records. Some experts now suggest that the woman may have been part of an intelligence operation, perhaps a spy using hotels as temporary bases, explaining her secrecy, cash, and coded notebook. But nothing has been confirmed. Room 2805 remains infamous, a modern urban legend of anonymity, mystery, and death. The woman in room 2805 remains a ghost in the public imagination, a person with no name, no identity, and no trace, leaving behind only a notebook filled with secrets no one could decipher. Was she a spy? A victim of crime? Mentally ill? Or part of a darker mystery we'll never understand? Some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, and some, like the woman in room 2805, remind us how fragile identity can be, and how fleeting, even in a world of cameras and digital footprints, anonymity still exists. If you found this story chilling, subscribe for more real mysteries from around the world. We cover everything from unsolved crimes to paranormal events, all waiting to be uncovered. Tell us in the comments, what do you think really happened in room 2805?